this water tank unhooked off the back of the tractor so that we can put the bucket on here. Sorry about that, about to lose you there. So anyway, I can get the bucket on. Once I have the bucket on, with this tank off, that will make it a little bit easier to be able to give us a little more room to squeeze in the tight places back in the barn. It'll just make it a little bit easier to make those tight turns. So then, like I said, we're gonna use the bucket and get the hay stuff pulled out to the center. And once we have that done, then we'll get back on the Kubota and use it to pick it up and carry it out. Pardon the bright sunlight. I mean, I'm okay with it in some ways. Ouch. But now, I'm gonna pull over and get the hay fork unhooked. And with that unhooked, I'll be able to get the bucket on, and then we'll be ready to go. Alright, pull these quick connects here. Drop it off. Once we have that off, we'll go over and pick up the bucket then. Alright, now get the quick connect locked down on the bucket. There we go. Both of those locked down. Then we'll go get the I keep calling it a Bobcat, but it's like a Bobcat. But it's a Kubota brand that we rented for the weekend. So I'm going to back it up out of the way and then work on getting this tractor in so we can pull some of that stuff away from the walls to the center and then use it to pick it up. So took the tractor bucket and pardon about the camera here. I'm trying to walk back and forth between pieces of equipment and everything else. So gets a little cranky, but anyway, I'm going to get back on the skid steer. Whew. Spent a lot more time on one of these this weekend than I ever thought I would. Pardon me while I start it up. Here we go. I'm going to go down tonight, just a little bit before we start our feeding routine, and I'm going to start working on the feed rail. Now, the feed rail, we've got those feeders set up, and I'm still figuring out this camera, so you'll have to forgive me. Anyway, the way that feeder rail is set up and the hay that gets packed up in there gets packed up a lot of times up under that feeder, and so part of the clean out is also going and pulling that out so that we can get all that hay, all the old hay, everything moved out of there, so that it's not such a big deal to get cleaned out and get ready for the next pen. I'm just going out here right now. I'm going to get started by getting the tractor tank started filling. So tomorrow night we'll probably be back in with the tractor, doing some more work in the barn. You know, we took the skid steer back Sunday is when we took the skid steer back. Anyway, so that's pretty much what we're going to be doing tonight. I'll probably just run a little video of that, and just so you can see how the clean out process continues. So we're going to make our way over here, and we're going to get our hose put in this water tank so we can get this all started filling. Anyway, that's the pack up that I was talking about up under those feed rails. You see how that hay is all, oh, there's an egg. Haha, I have to remember to pick that up. How that's all packed up in there. So what we'll be doing next is, without the skid steer, we're going to be pulling all this stuff from the edges that was we were unable to get to the other day, more out to the center, and then once we have it out to the center, then we'll take the tractor, because it is a little bit harder to maneuver in here, but we will take the tractor and get this scooped up and get this floor scraped out good so that it's nice and clean for the next set. Well, we came back to the house real quick for a fast bite to eat and a little drink of water, bathroom break. You know how that goes. So now we're heading on down to start off our regular feeding routine for a Monday evening. I'm sorry, Tuesday evening. So we're getting ready to head down to finish our nightly feeding routine here on the farm. Check on everybody real quick and get them all fed and happy. Got to get feed tomorrow, so I'm going to have to get the trailer parked and unhooked.
No.
Well, it is getting dark, and it is time for us to go ahead and, kind of hard to see, this thing don't focus well in the dark. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and open that outside gate. These girls will get a little bit more graze time in as they finish up their feeders there. There's our buddy, our other livestock guard dog. He's something, he is. They're a unique breed, I can tell you that. Anyway, so that'll open that up for them. So as they finish up their feed, they can move on out. So I'll go ahead and, once they move out, close that gate back up, because we're going to let the ones in the barn have this section during the day. So that means I got to move a couple of water tanks, stuff like that. But anyway, well, hello and welcome to a Wednesday on the farm. We're it's going to be feed day, so we'll have feed to unload. Plus, you'll never guess, in a million years, you will never guess what we're working on tonight. Yeah, clean out, of course. Hey, when you work full-time at a full-time job, and you also have a full-time farm, sometimes it takes a little longer to get things done than you'd like. But unfortunately, that is the nature of the beast. So, sorry if I'm making you dizzy there, whipping back and forth. But we're going to pull the truck in here. I've got the feet on the truck. We're going to kind of park it out of the way for the moment. Right over here. Okay. That being said, that being done, next thing that we're going to do is I dropped the tank when I finished up the tractor tank. Pardon me. Dropped the tractor tank last night when we finished up filling up the water tanks for the cows and the outside tank. So dropped it off because without that tank, it does make it a little bit easier to maneuver in the barn with the tractor, since we don't have the skid steer right now. So I'm going to take the tractor. I'll probably go ahead and get the water tank started filling, and then I'll take the tractor and pull up into the barn, start hand shoveling mostly, because that loose hay, without grapple, it's just really difficult to scoop and to move out like that. So I'll be doing most of that by hand. So that's also kind of a slow process. But anyway, welcome to the farm. As I said, thanks for watching the videos, and let's go move some poo. So, got our first bucket load. Sorry about the crooked video. And so now we're going to head down, dump this out, and then we'll head back up for another group. Pardon me. While I get off the tractor. So anyway, we'll get this gate open and get this load down. Most likely, we will catch the attention of the cows. So that's usually that's when the fun begins. Is it right there? All right, now we'll get out here. Got to close the gate. All right. So after we go do this, we may see if we can catch a daylight glimpse of the cows. Usually about the only time that happens is on the weekend. These are some of the girls that we just turned out on a fresh pasture. Well, there's kind of a daylight view of the cows. A couple of the youngest calves there. Layla. There's Roxy. They're all looking at me like, wait a minute. It ain't supper time. It's still daylight. Anyway. No, not supper time yet, guys, but it won't be long. Yet. Also, I promise, next couple of days, I'm going to get the regen done, so I can stop that infernal beeping. Oh my God. Whew. Yeah, it does get old. Anyway. Funny thing, it took me forever. I had never had a rear hay spear before. Oops, sorry about the camera. never had a rear pacer until we got the new tractor. And so, I'm going to be honest with you. The first few times that I wrestled with this thing, to get it on, I was really concerned about what I was doing wrong. Bad concern. Until I found a trick. And a lot of you folks out there are going to accuse me of probably being not real intelligent because it took me so long to figure this out. Anywho, I'm going to get this camera back over here where I had it a minute ago, and then I'm going to get the bail spike, move it over here so I can start working on getting it put on. Alright, can't see my camera angles real good, but anyway, we're going to get this put on here. It became very apparent to me the easiest way to do this is just to walk that up to that eye, let it balance in that eye, onto that one, boom, just like that. I've got those on. Get that out of the way so I can get my pins. So I'll pin that one, pin the other side, like so. Then for my lift arm, just slide it up. That's the heaviest part. Get the lift arm up in here. See about where my measurement's going to be. About there. Grab my pin. Right. And you can't really see because of the sunlight. Anyway, you get the idea. So, we're going to slowly back up because we're getting a little too close to that electric line up there. Yeah. It's times like this that I now have to remember that this tractor, put that on the front. Alright. Bail in the back is about 6.5 foot longer than it normally is. So this is one of them things you gotta kind of think of while you're moving. You know. Yeah. Sorry about that.